The 2019 Florida legislative session came to an end yesterday, and only a day overtime, which is remarkable considering the level of dysfunction where deeply compromised Tallahassee politicians tell blatant lies during debate. For example, Hialeah Garden Senator Manny Diaz Jr., after unsuccessfully trying for days to retroactively change referendum language overwhelmingly approved by his own district, claimed Miami-Dade County Public Schools had deceived the public into approving a referendum to raise public school teachers' salaries. The truth is that the MDCPS superintendent took a town hall tour of the whole district, consistently making the case for why the school board would not be sharing any of the millage with charter school teachers. In fact, the senator's multi-Pulitzer Prize-winning hometown newspaper published several articles in the lead up to the election with headlines like "Charter schools aren't included in ballot measure," describing how Academica, the senator's own employer, was distributing flyers urging parents to vote no. But the dysfunction doesn't end in the Senate. The House's own education chair was trying to make the case for why public dollars should be used to fund private school vouchers. Quote, "If it's a failing school, I trust parents not to send their children there," even after admitting that private and religious schools are not even graded by the state. Mount Dora Representative Jennifer Sullivan's vacuous response to a valid question speaks volumes about the real intent of school choice, which is an ideology-driven legislative agenda to steadily erode the public school system by shifting money and students into private sector education, often in religious schools. Here's a few more headlines from this past week. The death sentence for Florida's public schools. That's the Tampa Bay Times. From the Orlando Sentinel, Florida legislators stick it to public education as usual. From the Washington Post, Florida's charter school sector is a real mess. And from this morning's Herald, teachers with guns only make sense to lawmakers who have lost their minds. So to recap this legislative session, Tallahassee politicians passed a K-12 education budget that's still below pre-recession levels. They gave all the capital outlay funding to corporate charters to build and maintain privately held assets. Not one dime of locally collected property taxes to build a new community public school, or to renovate an existing one, or to buy a single computer. And to add insult to injury, they opened the probability that the next kid to be shot in a school will be by a teacher. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.